Hello family, welcome to another edition of Tamasha, the voluptuous veganista. Tonight we are going to make dry rubbed vegan brisket. And I am going to also make a banana dessert, which will be caramelized bananas in rum on top of fried bread with some yummy cashew cream. So I'm also gonna throw a couple of sweet potatoes in the oven and some broccoli and mushrooms and roast that for my vegetable, although there will not be a recipe for that because that's just kind of do it how you want to do it. And before I get started, I want to say a special shout out to Kevin Wesley and my Be The Evolution family. I'm going to link his website in my description box. It is www.betheevolution.org. Go over there, get a positive message, wonderful blogs, some dope music, fire gear, anything that you want for your spiritual journey, because after all, we are born winners, not sinners, and I've been winning since the beginning. So with that being said, we are going to get started. Oh, before I start though, I do want to thank each and every one of you all and let you know that without you, there would be no channel. So I thank you for the support. If you enjoy this video, then make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share. Make sure you hit that black notification bell so that you'll be made aware when I post new videos. So, okay, I think I got all the housekeeping stuff out of the way, so we are going to get started. Okay, I am back and we have a pretty long ingredient list, and all of this stuff is going to be going into my food processor basin. So first I'm going to start off with 1 can of jackfruit, that is green jackfruit, in either water or brine. You want to make sure that you wash it and drain it thoroughly. So that's going to go in our bowl. Then I have 1 cup of vital wheat gluten. Before I put the vital wheat gluten in there though, I'm just going to give this a quick pulse to kind of chop it up a bit. So hold on. Okay, so now I got my jackfruit all pulsed up there. Scrape that down the top and on the sides, like so. And I am going to then add 1 cup of vital wheat gluten flour. Just put that in. Then I have a 1/4 of a cup of, what is this? Oh yeah, tapioca starch or tapioca flour. So you want a 1/4 cup of that. I apologize for my brain freeze. I use so many different kinds of flours and starches that you wouldn't even believe. But that one is tapioca. Okay. Then I have a 1/4 of a cup of nutritional yeast. Don't put your fingers in it like I just did. But you got a 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast. Okay. I'm going to get that. Because nutritional yeast is the yumminess of all yumminess. Okay, then I have 1 teaspoon of vegetable or vegetarian better than bouillon. So this is the vegetable better than bouillon. Now I imagine that if you wanted a chicken flavored brisket, you could do the chicken better than bouillon. the vegan one that's not chicken. And they also have one that is vegetarian, but it's beef flavor. So you can use that as well. But this one is the vegetable one. So I'm just gonna put that in there. That's 1 teaspoon. Okay. Then I have 2 tablespoons of spring water. Okay. And just pour that in there. Then I have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or coconut aminos and 2 tablespoons of grapeseed oil. I would have done them separately, but I was running out of dishes because this is a lot of ingredients for this brisket. But a lot of ingredients is good. Don't be afraid of a recipe because it has a lot of ingredients. Just make sure you don't miss any. And then I have 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke and right here, and 2 teaspoons of vegan Worcestershire sauce. So, like I said, I mixed them together because I was running out of space. And I'm just going to pour that in there. You can make your own vegan Worcestershire sauce, which I'll show you how to do that one day, or you can buy some. I happened to be at the local health food store today and I saw some, so I went ahead and got it, and I'm using that. And it is, let me show you the brand. This is the brand right here. Wizards, I guess, Wizards Vegan Organic Worcestershire Sauce. Okay? And again, that's 2 teaspoons of the Worcestershire sauce. On my plate here, I have 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I also have 2 teaspoons of onion powder. That's the minced garlic. The onion powder. I have 2 teaspoons of cumin right here. I hate cumin, so I hope this is not too much. Then I have 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika over here. Then I have 1 teaspoon of dried thyme right here in the center, 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So I'm just going to put all of these in my bowl of my food processor here. Okay, and now I'm going to put the top on, and I am just going to run this on low until a soft ball of dough forms. Okay. I'm just going to put this on here. See it. I need to move you guys closer so you can see what the ball of dough looks like. It's going to take about a minute or so. To pulse this or run this. I'm just going to run it on low. Until a ball of dough begins to form. It's starting to pull away at the bottom. You see it's starting to move around. Just gotta be patient with these things. It happens. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen, but it will happen. Now you see it's spinning around, and we've almost got our total dough ball. All right. Now, it's kind of doughy, kind of sticky. So what I'm going to do is move you back, and I am going to take this out. Make sure your counter is clean. I know that I spilled some nutritional yeast earlier, but I'm going to wipe that up, and then take my insides out, and I am just going to work this into like oval type shape. Make sure that it's nice and mixed thoroughly. Okay, now I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes while I prepare the dry rub mix. And I'm also going to turn my oven on to 350 to let it start preheating. Okay, but here is my loaf shape. And I know that this looks small, but I promise you it will expand once it cooks. Okay, so now we're going to work on our dry rub mixture. And for that, I have, let's see, 3 tablespoons of smoked paprika. I have 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have 2 teaspoons of I forgot the onion powder. Okay, I'm going to go get the onion powder now. I need 2 teaspoons of onion powder. I have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, and a teaspoon of thyme. So let me grab the onion powder really quickly. Okay, so I got like 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and put that on there. Now what we're going to do is mix all of these ingredients in a bowl. So I'm just going to toss them in, right? And I'm going to grab my whisk. And I am just going to whisk these dry ingredients together, making sure that I break up the brown sugar. Just mix them up real good. Okay, I got it chopped up pretty well. You can do it finer if you would like. It's completely up to you how you want your dry rub to be. So I think I have this chopped up nicely. brown sugar is broken up enough. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, get rid of some of these dishes. And I am going to grab a piece of parchment paper and a piece of foil. Now, I never ever want to put foil directly on my food, so I always line it with parchment paper. Okay, the foil helps the loaf steam, but foil can leach poisons into your food when heated. So you never want to do that, or at least I don't. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, since I have my dry rub ingredients mixed up, I'm going to put them right in the center of my parchment paper. And I am going to take, pardon that bang, I'm going to take my loaf and I am just going to coat my loaf in my dry rub mixture. Okay. Just like so. Make sure I got it all coated from every side. Like so. Okay, then I'm going to wrap this in the parchment paper loosely, and I'm going to wrap the foil around it. Okay, like so. I don't want to do it too tight because I want to give it room to expand. Like such. But I also want to keep in the juices and all that. Okay? So there's my little packet, which is going to go into the oven, and I will be back to put it in the oven, and then we will start on our bananas and fry bread. I'll be back. Okay, we are back, and now I have my little brisket packet on a baking sheet. I also did I just took some broccoli, shredded broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage, and mixed it up with some, what are these? Some mushrooms. They are king mushrooms, I think. I got them from the Asian store, but I just cut them up, mixed them up, tossed them with some olive oil and some garlic powder. And like I said, it's totally customizable. You use whatever vegetable you want. You can use whatever seasonings you want. I also have my 2 baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, that I'm going to put in this oven as well. It's on 350 degrees, but I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. So I have that in there. And the vegetables. Sweet potatoes. And so now I'm going to set my kitchen timer for 30 minutes because my brisket actually has to cook twice. So I'm going to clean up my mess here, and I will get the stuff together for the bananas. Okay, I am back, and I know I said we were going to work on the bananas next, but I lied. We are working on the fry bread. So what I have here is 1 cup of all-purpose unbleached flour. I have 3 tablespoons of organic sugar, because we're going to do this sweet fry bread. I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'll throw that in there. And I have 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. You can use sea salt, you can use pink salt, you can use whatever kind of salt you feel like. And then here, I know some recipes for fry bread say to use hot water, but we have discovered that if you use cold water, your fry bread is extra crunchy, and that's what we want. So, because we're going to be putting our bananas and rum sauce on top. Okay, so I have here some spring water that has been hanging out in the freezer, chilling. And at first, I'm going to start off, this is an actual cup, or almost a cup. But I'm going to start off with about 1/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup first. So I'm going to mix my dry ingredients together well. I don't know what is going on with my focus, but it is all of my dry ingredients, and then I'm just going to pour the cold water in, save about 1/4 of a cup. And mix this in, and what I want is a dough. It's no big deal if you put in too much water, like I did. I have a soup. So what I'm going to do is just add a little more flour. Like so. I think I'm going to grab a little more baking powder. That was about 1/2 teaspoon more. And, well, that didn't go well. I'm going to add about another tablespoon of organic sugar. Okay? And I'm going to mix this well. And you'll see starting to turn into a soft dough ball. Yeah. Still a little goopy. So I'm just going to add a little more flour. Okay, now I have what is a soft dough ball. See? So now I'm going to cover this and with some plastic wrap, and I'm just going to let it sit for about 30 minutes or so, and then we will fry this off. Okay? So, now you can put whatever you want to in here. Cinnamon. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to put some Ceylon cinnamon in here because I am just in love with this ingredient now. Ceylon cinnamon. And I'm going to put about a teaspoon in there. Now I'm going to cover this, and I am going to let it sit for 30 minutes or so. And my oven is getting ready to go off. I told you my brisket has to cook twice. So we will be pulling that out, opening it up, and then putting it back in to cook again. If we can get the plastic wrap off. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to put down my heat-resistant pad and grab the brisket out of the oven. Go ahead and turn the timer off. All right. Okay, what we're going to do is open up our brisket. Okay. I'm just going to put a little drizzle of olive oil on the top. That is just because a lot of recipes call for you to spray the foil with non-stick cooking spray, but we don't do that because, yeah, we're not cooking it directly on foil. So since we have a parchment paper, what I did was I just gave it a skosh of olive oil, not even enough to really talk about, just to cover it. Now I'm going to put this back in the oven for another 40 minutes. Okay, so that's going to cook for another 40 minutes and get nice and solid. I have my fry bread dough resting here. It's going to be resting for 30 minutes. So I will be back when it is time to fry off the fry bread and work with our bananas. I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and we are going to make our cashew cream and then our bananas. So what I have here is roughly a cup of cashews. Now you can use raw cashews if you can find them, and if you do, then make sure that you soak them for at least 4 hours. You can also substitute almonds for this, but make sure that you soak your almonds with no skin. So you need to blanch them first and then soak them for 8 hours. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have a cup of cashews in here. I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract that is going in there. I'm extra. It's supposed to be 5 dates, but I'm putting 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dates. And you can use anywhere from 3/4 of a cup to 1 1/4 cups of water. So I'm using a cup of spring water. And I am just going to put the top on here and put this on, starting on low, and let it go. First I gotta plug it in there. Okay. So I'm gonna just put this on. I got my top on good. So I'm just gonna turn it on low, turn it on, and let it go. Turn it on high. It is pretty thick. That lump of air out. There's another one. There. This to be nice and thick because we're not having ice cream. So I'm going to use it as a topping for my fry cake with bananas. And taste it. Check the creamy consistency of it. Fabulous. It's delicious. So I'm going to just stick this in the fridge and let it chill. You can take it out of the container if you want to. I'm not going to right now for the sake of time. Okay, so now that we have that in the fridge, I'm gonna move this out of the way. And we are going to actually come over to the stove because what I have here, hold on, let me move you to the stove, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back at the stove, and what I have here is about 2 tablespoons of Earth Balance butter. So I'm going to turn that on medium, and which is 5 for me, as you know. My roast and my potatoes have about 13 more minutes to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready and melt my butter. And to this melted butter, I am going to be adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and about 3 teaspoons of brown sugar. And then I have my spiced rum. So I'm going to be adding about 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons, 5 tablespoons of rum. So, because I want my rum sauce to be amazing. So, once this butter melts, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back and our earth balance butter is melted, as you can see. And I am now going to add to it my 3 tablespoons of brown sugar and my teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to cook this until my sugar melts nicely. And this is the base for my rum sauce. And also to caramelize my bananas. I'm going to let this cook. See, it's almost to a candied consistency right now. It does not take long. And you want to make sure that you're stirring this constantly so that it does not burn. Okay. Again, this is right between 4 and 5 for me. So now that I have this little bubble, what I'm going to do is turn the eye down to 2 and add my bananas. I have here 2 bananas peeled and sliced on the diagonal. You want to make sure that your bananas are ripe, but not too ripe and not too firm either. And you're going to toss these in your sauce. And get them all coated. I'm going to turn the temperature process to keep them from burning. So, candy is a temperamental plant, and these caramelized bananas are technically candied. Now I'm starting to bubble again. And I have this right before 5 on my stove. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to pour out some rum. That's about 3 tablespoons, maybe 4. And I'm just going to pour it in here because I want all the rum, spiced rum flavor to be in my sauce. And then I'm just going to let this reduce down. Okay, I'm just going to let this reduce now. I'm going to turn the heat back down, this time to 3 instead of 2. And I'm just going to let it go, and I'm going to check on it periodically, make sure we are not burning. Okay, now I'm going to bring you back over to the, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to be right back because I have 3 minutes before I take the brisket out of the oven. I want you to see how it looks. Okay, so I am back and my kitchen timer is going off. It has been 40 minutes that the brisket has been in the oven, an additional 40 minutes. So that's 70 minutes all total. And here, this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit here and cool off. In the meantime, my bananas are looking amazing and tasting even more amazing. So what we are going to do now is work with our fry bread. Okay, I'm going to turn the oven off, and I am going to put my vegetables back in just so they can stay warm. I wanted you to see what they look like. My broccoli, shredded broccoli, and cabbage, and king oyster mushrooms. So I'm going to stick this back in and check on my potatoes as well. And they seem to be good to go, nice and soft. So I'm going to leave these in as well just to stay warm while I go ahead and finish the fry bread. Okay, so while I am working with the dough, what I have is a skillet here with about 1 inch or so of peanut oil in it, and I am going to turn that on medium heat, about number 4, because I want the oil to be hot but not so hot as it burns, and not too cool that it doesn't fry and then my fry bread takes on a bunch of oil. So we're gonna move back over to the workspace here. This looks about done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on super low, and I'll be right back with you at the workspace. Okay, I am back, and what I have here is a pile of flour on my work table and my bowl of dough. So what I'm going to do is just grab some and put some flour on it, and then I'm just going to work this because this is what's going to get fried. Kind of like a donut. And again, this is just enough for like two pretty good sized ones and a tiny one. You can adjust the recipe to how much ever you need for your family. I'm just going to scrape the bowl here and see if I can't get enough for another tiny one. And I did get enough for another little teeny tiny one. Right there. Okay, I'm gonna check my my oil. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay, got my hands washed and checking the oil. Not quite hot enough yet, so I'm going to turn it up to about 5 to 6. And as soon as it is ready, we will be back. Okay, I am back and my oil sounds about right. So what we are going to do is take one of our little dough patties and just lay it in the oil. Do the same with another. And another small one on this side. And I think I'm going to wait for this big one to the next batch. So I'm just going to let this fry until it's golden brown. I'm going to turn it in a few minutes with my tongs. So I don't want to burn myself trying to use a fork. And I will be back as soon as they are nice and golden brown. Okay, I am back and these are about ready for flipping. Okay, I'm gonna let the other side match this side and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back and my fry bread is done. Here it is, looking gorgeous and tasting even better. I got my sweet potatoes here and my vegetables, my vegetable medley here. I also have my bananas done and my brisket. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and plate this up, and I will be right back with all this deliciousness. Okay, I am back and I am all plated up. I have my dry rubbed vegan brisket. I topped it with some of the barbecue sauce that I made the other day. Check the pulled banana peel mock pork video for the recipe to the barbecue sauce. I also have a baked sweet potato, my vegetable medley, which is shredded broccoli, cabbage, and mushrooms, and I think these are oyster mushrooms. And then I have my lovely dessert, which is sweet fry bread with caramelized bananas in rum sauce, topped with cinnamon cashew cream and a little bit of the rum sauce on the top. And so this is my dinner for tonight. It is super late, it's like 9:30, but we are going to grub. Okay, family, thank you so much for cooking with me. I hope that you enjoyed this wonderful meal as much as I do. I had a blast making it for you, and I hope that you will make it for yourselves and enjoy. If you were here, I'd feed each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support and for the love that you show me. If this video was helpful to you, then make sure that you like it, subscribe, share, and make sure that you hit the notification button so that you will be aware of when I post new videos. I want to again thank Kevin Wesley and my Bee Evolution family. We are born winners, not sinners, and we've been winning since the beginning. Again, I'm going to provide a link to his website in my description box, and you guys head on over there, get some positive information, some fire music, some cool gear, and again, I want to thank you, and until next time, happy cooking and happy eating. Bye, family.